Hello guys, welcome back to another Spring Boot episode. Today I'm gonna teach you about something called session in our Java web. The time interval in which two systems communicate with each other can be termed as a session. In simpler terms, a session is a state consisting of several requests and response between the client and the server. First things first, let's make another form inside our index.jsp to manage session. We will have a form called with the action. We will give a name of a servlet which we haven't created till now. We will give this the name session manager. And next thing, we will give a method as post. And next thing, we'll have a value for our session management. We'll have two values. We'll say name and input tag type text name and another one grade as input type text, and this will be a grade name. And finally, let's have our submit tag. Here we give the type submit, and next thing we'll give a value as save session, like this. Okay, now let's make a new servlet inside our controller package. This will be a Java class, and we'll give this the name session manager. And inside the session manager, we'll extend HTTP servlet like this. And the next thing, we'll have the annotation called web servlet, and the URL patterns will be equal to session manager /all. And the next thing, we'll have a do post method. Here inside the do post method, we'll get our here the name of the name and the name of the grade. Here we'll say string name equals to request dot get parameter, like we've used in the earlier times, and the name will be name. Next thing, we'll have string grade, which will be equal to request dot get parameter, and we'll give the name grade like where we've given it before. So here we have got the grade and the name of the input tags. And the next thing is, we'll use session in this time to save these values inside our container. Session will be not permanent, but it will be a simple storage for values when we use it. We say request dot get session like this and say set attribute. That's how we make a session attribute. Here we have to pass two values. First will be the key. The key will be called na for name, and we'll pass our string name for it. And the next thing we'll say request.getSession.set attribute, and we say grade, and we'll pass the grade for it like this. And the next thing, I created another JSP called display.jsp, and this will be used for our session management. Here, to identify our display.jsp separately, we'll give text inside the body. We'll say hello, how are you, and we'll save this. And the next thing, we can go between servlets, JSPS and servlets like this. We say request dot get request dispatcher, and we'll provide web by nf, and we'll give the display name displayed JSP like this. And after that we say request dot forward and here we say dot forward and provide request and response like this. So this is the way to go between JSPs by using a servlet, and we even made the session attributes for our application. Alright, the next thing is we must know the way to remove a session from our storage to make it not there again when we look for it. So for that we'll have another form here, and the action will be also session manager. Session manager method will be get this time. And the next thing, inside this form we'll have a input tag of the type submit, and we'll have a value called invalidate like this, and we'll save this. So how do you remove a session from the application, from the session storage? For that we'll have a do get method post, and here we say request dot get session dot invalidate like this. So there are many ways to remove a session. One of them is invalidate method, and there's another one called when the service is also down, our session won't be there. And there's another one called the session timeout. I'll be teaching all about the session timeout in the next lesson. So now let's run this and check the output. I guess everything is working fine, so we just need to run this. Wait a minute. We have to get these session attributes inside our display.jsp. For that, there's a very simple way. We can say $sign inside the display.jsp, and we'll have curly brackets, and inside them we'll give the names of key name of the two session attributes. We just set attributed na and grad. Here we say na and and we'll have another dollar sign. We'll say grad like this. So this is called expression language. So if you use a dollar sign and a curly brackets and put values inside them, it will be a expression language expression. Okay, so now let's run this and check the output. So let's run this and check the output right now. I've clicked on the run button and let's wait some minutes. Okay, let's go to localhost 8080 and we can see the forms that we made it. Let's type a name and a grade. Let's say Kulesh Uchiha and the grade will be 80 and let's press on save session. Whoa, this is very awesome. We got our values of the session attributes inside the display.jsp file. It says hello, how are you, Kulesh Uchiha, and it shows the grade also. So it shows the name and the grade of the session attributes we just pasted. And I've forgotten something else. Let's go to session management and here after this we'll copy and paste this like this and let's run this again. Now let's press on save session and it says how are you, Kulesh Uchiha 80. To invalidate, we'll press invalidate and you can see that the session values got removed when we pressed invalidate. So invalidate method removes session from the session storage, and it removes them forever. It doesn't let us make session attributes again. We can have the session again and this time the name will be Tisna Veeravardhana and the grade will be 98. And let's press on save session. And here as you can see we got our values like this. The next thing we'll press on invalidate and check it. So that's how session works inside our application, inside our browser and inside our web container. So I think you have learned a wonderful lesson about session from this video, and today's lesson is over. I'll come out with another video another day. Until then, goodbye guys and please take care.